Hey everyone, my name is Donald Wiggins and this is my wife Stacy Wiggins and welcome to Marriage Nuggets.
Hello YouTube. Our topic today is I don't want to fight anymore. This is our first Marriage Nuggets on YouTube. We just moved here actually from Facebook Live. Thank you for those who have followed us from Facebook Live and our transition to YouTube.
Yep. So first of all, let's tell you a little bit about ourselves. We've been married for 19 years, and basically the reason why we started Marriage Nuggets, it happened by accident. I won't say accident because we believe God has a purpose for everything, and that the purpose was to have Marriage Nuggets. Basically on our 19th anniversary in October, which was last year, we had decided, I had made a DVD for my wife for, I guess, our anniversary. I forgot, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because we had two individuals record our anniversary. Our wedding, our wedding. And we had two VHS tapes, so you can remember what VHS tapes are. But I took both of those tapes and I merged them, because this is what I do for a living. I am a videographer, so I took our two wedding videos and merged them together into one, and we loved it. So on our anniversary, 19th year anniversary, we just thought it would be cool to bring those who to talk about the video. You know, we show our video, and we did Facebook Live. We showed our video, right. And when those who were in the wedding or came to the wedding, and we basically gave commentary over our wedding. And then after that, I felt, I told Stacey, I said, you know what, that was just a pilot show. So that's how Marriage Nuggets came about.
And that's why I said thank you for those who followed us from Facebook Live, because we ended up doing 4 more shows after that. No, we didn't watch our wedding video on all of them, but God gave us a topic for each show, just like He gave us a topic for this one, and we're going to get right into it. It's called I Don't Want to Fight Anymore. And we know there's a lot of married couples out there that are fighting over a great many things, like issues from the past, finances, why don't you treat me like you used to? There's a lot of different things that married couples are fighting about.
Right, or keeping the marriage, fighting for your marriage, period. And there are a lot of things that can cause you to not want to fight. Or how do you get to that point where you don't want to fight? Or basically, a lot of times, when you first get married, you had to fight to get married. You started off, dating and everything. You had to fight. Yeah, I guess you could say that you had to fight to get, to want to get married, dating and everything. You did everything you can. I did everything I can to get Stacy and everything. And I can remember when we finally decided we wanted to get married. I had 2 jobs at the time, So we get ready to get married. So you got to have money.
Hello.
You don't have to have money to have a wedding, but I felt that I wanted to have a nice wedding, so I did 2 jobs and worked very hard.
He was
very hard
hustling
and everything. So then we got married, right. And then it was, and I guess it's real for every marriage. First couple years, this is a blessing. We had an awesome time, newlyweds and everything.
We had our ups and downs, but we were still getting to know each other. Yeah. And to be honest, 19 years later, we are definitely still getting to know each other.
Right.
I don't think there's a time where you at the end say, okay, I know that person completely. We're still learning and growing.
And I think that's what happens sometimes after you've been married for a few years or so. You start getting comfortable.
Right.
Yeah, you start having kids, and you start getting distractions. And that, I think, and then we start wanting to learn about each other, and it just I don't know how or why, but it just happens.
I know how distracted. The enemy makes those distractions.
Amen.
You focused. I know when we got married, we focused on God. We were doing a Bible study called Experiencing God. We just had a lot of things.
Singles ministry.
Yes, we met in the singles ministry in our church. So God was all in our marriage and still is, but now it's a fight. Right. So before, we've experienced the fighting against each other. What we are learning is that the battle is won when we are unified and we fight together,
and it's not
against those forces that are coming against us.
And it's not a physical fight, like
exactly.
like arguing, things of that nature.
So we're learning to fight in the spirit. Some things are only done through fasting and prayer and studying your word. And I know it can be a difficult thing because, like Donna was saying, those distractions do come. Finances, huge distraction, whether it's the lack of or the abundance of finances. It truly can be a distraction.
Right.
We've been finding studies show that 50% of marriages are ending in divorce. Even Christian marriages are ending in divorce. And the thing is, just because you're a Christian don't mean those same distractions and issues that face the people in the world aren't going to face us just because we're saved. But we should be handling it differently.
Right. And kids, when you have kids, we have 2 daughters, and they're very active in school, in church. My oldest plays basketball, so she's really always going to and fro with basketball. My other daughter's in the drama, so always taking her to practice and things of that nature. And sometimes that can become a distraction and keeping us from helping our marriage to grow as a couple, because we're so concerned about, okay, what time does so-and-so have to be at the game? Are we all going to the game? So she got to be practice here. We got to pick her up. And also church. My kids are active in church too.
And we're active in church. We are leaders in ministry in our church.
So church can be...
Schedule is full.
Church can be, and I'm going to say church can be a distraction if it's not done as unto the Lord. You know, it could be just, you just doing it just to do it. You're going through the motions.
Right.
And sometimes it's okay for you, God help, okay, you need to take a break, or you can't do that activity at the church or something, or you have to go as the Holy Spirit leads you. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes the Holy Spirit and Lord will tell you, okay, you need to step back a little, pull back a little bit, let somebody else handle that.
Right. So, and I believe what we're trying to say, we're not trying to tell anybody, please don't use that as an excuse, I'm not going to be involved in my church anymore. That's not what we're saying. We're saying be spirit led. Because God isn't going to lead you to get busy in anything. I don't care if it is church, the community things, whatever, activities with your kids, that's going to take away from your marriage or take away from the kingdom work that He has for you to do. He's not going to put you in a place where you're losing your home front, but you helping build up everybody else. That's not the will of God. What were you going to say?
I was going to say your job can take the place of doing your relationship or your marriage, because I know for me, I'm my own business. I'm a videographer, and sometimes I have projects and I have to get them done. Sometimes it may be wee hours of the night, and I work out the house. So, and sometimes guys like, okay, you need to take a break, go spend some time with the family, spend time with your wife, get away from the house, go outside or whatever, or take the date. Yes, and that could become a distraction. For the guys. I'm not really a sports fan. I watch some, but for the sport, I know a lot of sports, that's all they think about. That can be a distraction. I'm in the movies. Movies can be a distraction. Whatever it is to keep your marriage from growing. Yeah, those are the distractions.
And the same thing we were talking about with church and ministry. When you're being spirit led, you'll get a unction in your spirit, like, I probably need to pull back from this activity, or pull back from binging on this television show, or doing this or doing that, hanging out with my girlfriends all the time. Yes, I'm talking to you ladies. And my husband's at home by himself. And, I think us women sometimes we're like, well, shoot, he ain't paying attention to me anyway. He's too busy in his movies, too busy in the sports or whatever. Well, so the response, if your response is, so I'll just be gone all the time, that's the wrong response. When we have those kind of concerns, ladies, we have to take them to God and ask God, what is it that He wants us to do? Now, I'm not saying that you spend your whole world being consumed, with your husband. They can't really handle that. We got a lot to give, you guys, so we don't want to get so consumed with them. We want to be consumed with God. And then He'll lead us. With that time with our husband. He'll lead us to be around for our husband to love on and take out on a date and pay attention to. It's kind of an oxymoron, wives, ladies, when we're saying my husband doesn't pay any attention to me, but you're never around for him to pay attention to you, And
now that we talked about the distractions, how do we fight those distractions, or fight for our marriage. And I would say having that
Not
relationship,
easy.
right? Having that relationship with the Lord. Not only spending time with the Lord with your wife, but spending time by yourself in God's Word. Stand on your knees. Maybe not physically, yet praying. However the Lord leads you. Praying. Spend time with the Lord. Listening to the Lord and what He's telling you, and be obedient. And that helped. And I thank God that I accepted Christ as my personal Savior, because having Jesus in my life, having God in my life, that is totally awesome. And something. Yeah, you go through some struggles and stuff, but with God on your side, it helps you tremendously to get through it. And that alone helped you, keep fighting. How to keep your Christian how to keep a Christian walk dead, same thing.
Yeah.
Same way you
It's
try
a
to
fight
keep
either
your
way.
right. Same way you try to keep your walk with the Lord is the same way you want to keep that walk with your wife too. Keeping God first and spending time with Him.
One of the things God has given me this year is that we're victors, not victims.
Yeah.
And when you operate in a victim mentality, you really don't want to fight because you feel like you've already lost. But when you serve God, He's already won, and the Word tells us that the battle is not ours, it's God's anyway. So when you're seeking Him and asking God to show you how to be strategic in your battle, ladies, when you're wanting to shut down, and not say anything to your husband about what's going on or how you're feeling, and trust me, I've been there. This is, I think, part of what's helped us to grow. Is being real and transparent about how you're feeling. I think a lot of times women want to shut down and be like, well, just forget it. He should know how I'm feeling. He should know I'm hurt about this, or he should know I'm disappointed, with what's going on. But God will show you when and how to share how you're feeling in a respectful way. We want to make sure we're always, and that's what the Bible tells us, make sure that we're always respecting our husband. But ask God, how do I share with Him how I am feeling? Rather than just shutting down. And then trust me, they don't know why we shut down. They don't know. All they know is she mad again. I don't know what I did wrong. Sometimes we need to go ahead and just let them know, what has happened. And if you don't know, if you can't say it right, keep your mouth shut till you're ready. Till God tell you, okay, go ahead and say it now. And don't do it while they're watching TV. Not good.
Yeah, and it's also good for husbands to ask our wives how they doing. How was your day when they come in, or whenever. How's everything going. Always be in their life, because you was in their life. Like I said, when you was dating, I always want to know what's going on. These things, the same way you were when you were dating is the same way you'll be, when you're married as well. And I was gonna say, we had an example of how we had to, fight to keep our. One example we had, rough fight. We had when the housing crisis, the foreclosure crisis was going on, we had a foreclosure on our house, and that was a huge hit for us.
Yeah, it was horrible season.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a season because it happened over a period of time. It didn't just, your house foreclosed. I mean, you're talking about a whole, at least year or two of us fighting and trying to negotiate and figure out something. Not wanting to lose our house, and praying and, to be honest, believing God that we were going to be able to keep our house.
Yeah, and I had a full-time job working at a TV station, and that full-time job slowly became like a half-time job to no job at all.
Decreasing his hours.
Hours and everything, and I didn't have any job, so I was under unemployment for about a year.
It was rough. The mortgage, because of what was going on with the mortgage crisis, our house payment went up and our income went down.
Right.
Had 2 kids in daycare. So you can only imagine. And we did have times of fighting against each other. What are we going to do? I don't know. What are we going to do? It was just a lot of stress. And through that, God...
And we reached out to people.
Yes.
That's another thing.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Don't go through it alone, whatever that crisis is, because you can't handle it. I thank God He had a couple that helped us, and we went out and reached out a couple. They didn't even go to our church, but we reached out to them and we went and visited them, and they helped us to get through it. And yeah, they helped us to get through it, and
because it was rough. It was really rough. But like Donald said, we finally opened our mouths up and asked for help. And I think by doing that, it was the catalyst for us to, like, after we opened up to them, we were able to open up to our family. Our family didn't even know what was going on. And then to other people. And God will lead you to who you can share with. I mean, I know we don't want our business out there feel embarrassed, or you want people to know you don't have a perfect marriage. And but as God led, we were able to start reaching out to people and saying, I mean, we need help, we need prayer. Really wasn't anything anybody could actually do, but pray with us, pray for us. And then actually, I was going to say, people did start reaching out to help us and support us. Support is so important.
And we had to let go. Basically, we had to let go because we were trying to hold on to that house.
Yeah.
And we had
I was believing God. I just knew it.
And when we first moved, you know what I mean, and God blessed us with the house. You know, and everything. I believe it was God who blessed us with the house, but after a while, it was like stuff started breaking down in the house, and we, try to do what we could, but it was like it started becoming a hindrance.
Right.
And then the couple that we talked with, they were like, "You need to let it go. Let the house go. God got something greater for you." And then once we let it go, and gave it to God, stop worrying about it. That's when stuff started moving, and God,
and we started praying praying. Fighting in prayer together. You remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, late nights, couldn't sleep. Where, I would be laying in the bed just crying. But then God turned it around, and Donald would grab my hand and just start, praying and warring and rebuking the enemy. And it really bonded us together to show how the power of unison, the power of two in agreement. And even with you being, Donald as a man, I don't think I was so busy caught up in what was going on with us. I wasn't acknowledging the journey that he was taking with, like you said, his hours decreasing, and what was going on with him trying to provide for the family. And I think that's the other distraction. Like you said, sometimes when serious things are happening, you're looking at that, and I'm like, well, I don't have time to be compassionate and worry about what's going on with you. Look at us, we're getting ready to lose our house. Do you see what I mean? And what God started showing me is, wait a minute, this man is fighting, trying to take care of you, trying to take care of the family, and he's feeling like he's losing the battle. And he was able to, and just know this also, husbands, it sure does help. Donald was able to open up and tell me that. We had to have a heart-to-heart talk about it. And it helped, like you said, once we had some support.
And finding for the husbands, finding Christian brothers.
Yes.
I mean, Christian husbands, and sharing with them and not trying to keep stuff in, because we're good for that. For trying to keep stuff in and trying to handle ourselves, but God blesses us with people who we can talk to and share what we're going through. That's what does it say? Iron and sharpening iron. I don't know the exact scripture. Iron and sharpening iron. That's what that's why you need to. God blesses you with brothers in Christ. To reach out, husbands, and reach out to them and hey, brothers, this is what I'm going through. Even if they didn't, and vice versa. If we got husbands going, just be listening. And a lot of times we want to just, you need to do. Nope. Sometimes just sit and listen. Right. Just listen. Right. So it's good to reach out, because if you try to handle it yourself, you go into the man cave and everything, and that's all you do is go to the man cave. Sometimes you need to come up out of the man cave and find some brothers to hang out with, and just share, or just to what can I say, a fellowship. That helps a lot. Yeah. So
when you said man cave, can I just say this, ladies, and I bet you all can relate, and I would love it if you comment. Why is there no term called woman cave? Now we got a man cave. Do you know why we don't have a cave, ladies? And I know you all are going to comment on this, because we're too busy, right? We working with the kids. We taking care of the house. We making the schedule. We're making possibly the grocery list. We're working. We're too busy juggling to find our cave. And I'm not saying that we need to create a cave, but you definitely need to take care of yourself. No husband is looking for a wife that's so straggled and crazy with all the other things that we have going on, that we don't have that time to be, and I'm just gonna say it, submissive, vulnerable, soft, ready for them to love on us. That's what we want. We want them to love on us, right? Yeah. But if we're so busy doing everything, and you guys know we can't, because we're great at juggling stuff. We're great at getting everything together. And then even in the midst of all that, we can reach out to our girlfriend and help get them together too, right? You guys know it. And we miss our husband been sitting there like, well, what about me? And we want to make sure that we're acknowledging and respecting their needs as well. Right. And it's not just something that's on your list.
Right. And vice versa. And vice versa. We need husbands, we need to spend time with our wives. Initiative. But I'm learning, last year, I start being more initiative, where she doesn't have to tell that you haven't spent any time, you haven't went on a date. When's the next time? We have to be initiative. I need to be a planner. Okay, this month we going here. This I got it all planned out. I got the money taken care of, or whatever. If it costs money, if it don't, but taking the initiative to continue to know your wife and spend time with her, so she don't have to tell you. And like we were sharing a couple weeks ago, we need to be in competition. Like who gonna come up with who gonna outserve?
We heard that at a wedding.
We need to serve our wives. Yes. Because a lot of people get that submitting wrong. It's not hand and foot and I want my dinner now and this and that. No, you got to me, I feel like you got to earn that. You shouldn't have to, but God has blessed me. And see, that's one of the things I want to talk. I had got caught up in it because when I first met my wife and stuff, once we married, I didn't want her to cook. She didn't have to cook for me. I was self-sufficient and everything, but she just started doing it. But then I started getting kind of, how can I say,
Can I say he was self-sufficient with frozen dinners? Let me just add that. Okay, go.
I got comfortable. I got comfortable. Yeah. I got comfortable with her cooking, and till it became routine, and I kind of got laid back in. It didn't happen on purpose, and I didn't do it to hurt her or anything. Just and it's like, but so now, as of last year, I cook on Wednesdays, or Wednesdays I cook for the family. A couple days a week I cook for the family, because I wasn't really cook, and I didn't have to be. I didn't have to, because she likes to cook.
I do like to cook, right.
But it's like I felt led to give my share to the marriage, and share, So yeah. So.
And the other thing he has started doing, which has blessed me. I'm a tea drinker. I gotta have tea. You know how people have their morning coffee? No. I have to have my morning tea. Donald has been making me tea every morning and bringing it to me in bed before I get out of bed. Maybe not a big deal to some. For me, it's a blessing. And like he said, we're working on serving each other. Have we made the mark? Absolutely not. No. I still mess up and start nagging again, and I'm working on stopping. He still have his, flaws and times where he'll say, "Oh, babe, I forgot about making your tea. I'm putting
Or opening the door.
Yeah.
Opening the door in the car and opening doors and just taking care of your wife, treating her as the queen. So yeah, this is my queen. So. And
we're learning, keep on moving forward with it, and get some support. We know this thing is not easy, but get some support. Get around some other married couples that you admire, that you feel can be encouragement for you. We want you guys to please continue watching. Hang in there with us.
Yeah, because this is a new journey for us. Not really new because we've been doing it, but now we're doing it. We're recording it.
Yeah.
So it's new experience and everything, but I thank God for it and everything. And if you have questions and comments, and give us some topics to discuss, we can do that and everything. Yeah.
Speaking of topics, we have our topic. We'll be coming back every 2 weeks. That's what we were doing on Facebook Live, and I'm praying that our Facebook audience is watching right now and sharing this video. We will be back in 2 weeks. The next topic will be, we wrote it down.
Sleeping with the enemy. Sleeping with the enemy.
Stay tuned.
See you later.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Bye.